Hey everyone, Card Leaf here. How's everyone doing? Alright, so today I'm coming to you from an area called Brickfields, and I guess the section or whatever I'm in is called Little India. Quite a few good restaurants around here. For me personally, I can't really take spicy foods too much, so I gotta limit where I go, I guess, for restaurants, but a lot of good food here. Anyways, today's video, I actually wanted to talk about something that I got an email from someone asking me, hey GTL, what can I do to convince my so-and-so not to go to the US anymore, or not to go to the United States anymore? And they were saying, the person that's close to them still goes for shopping, still goes cross-border package pickups, and acts like nothing's happening. And unfortunately, the answer is you can't really do anything. And I'm going to explain why. But before I do that, I do want to give a shout out to everyone who has supported me. And I'll talk about that more later on in the video towards the end. But I do want to give a special shout out to my fellow content creators that have reached out to me and also helped me through this kind of odd time that I'm going through right now with the demonetization. And the first one I want to thank is Josh. I mean, he's been my boy. He's a brother from another mother, and all the support that he's been giving me, and even his community as well in the Discord server, I really appreciate it. Second person I want to thank is Todd Maffin. Todd Maffin gave a shout out to his community, informing Todd Maffin's community, I guess, what has happened to my channel, and he even did a post with my subreddit as well as buy me a coffee links. So I really appreciate it, Todd. Next person is Ilaria. Ilaria has posted out a video for me, and I really appreciate it. And I just read recently that her channel got hacked, but luckily she was able to get it back. So the other person, Large Man Abroad, he sent me a quick message saying, hey, maybe start up a new channel, and he'll send all of his followers over to me. I thought about that. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not. But I appreciate Large Man Abroad reaching out to me. Sorry, the music might be a little bit noisy right now. But and the last person I want to thank is Klaus Karman. I haven't heard from him in a while, but I guess when times are stressful, and it's nice to hear from other Canadian content creators as well. So I want to thank Josh, Todd, Ilaria, Large Man Abroad, and Close for their support. All right, I need to pause it here for a moment because I have to give one more shout out, because their message came in after I recorded this video. And that goes to Madeline from the Bill Kelly podcast. The Bill Kelly podcast was the first channel that actually acknowledged that I existed. This was last year when I only had like a few thousand subs. So it was really great to hear from them, as well as the rest of the YouTubers as well. All right, let's get back to the walk and talk video. But yeah, I'll talk more about this later. But going back to the original thing about what can we do to convince your family, your friends, your coworkers, people that are close to you, to start boycotting. And unfortunately, this is my opinion, you can't. And people are going to do what they want. And that's, we live in a free country in Canada. We can do what we want, and everybody has the right to still go if they want to. Okay, I'll say it. Yeah, I think we have a little bit more freedom in the United States to say and do whatever we want. But you can't force somebody. I mean, I still know people that are going. No, thank you. Thanks. I still know people that are going, and it saddens me, but I can't do anything about it. But in the back of my mind, I always say, hey, I think anything happens to you at the border, I'll probably rip into you. But aside from that, holy crap, I didn't realize this area's so busy. It's about noon on a weekend, and I've been here before. I have just never really kind of walked around. I mean, this is the first time I'm walking around. My wife is at a meeting right now, so I got some spare time. Anyways, what I was saying is that you can't really force somebody to say, hey, stop going to the United States. It's just, I wouldn't even do that. But if somebody does end up like getting in trouble, or if there's an issue, hey, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna rub it in their face. But what I have found, hey, this is kind of a cool garden. I don't know what this is, but that's kind of cool. Sorry. If anybody knows what this is, let me know. I really don't know. But what I was saying is that if, like you say, you can't really force anybody, but I'm going to tell a bit of a story because I have a friend, really close friend of mine, and he's a good guy, but I guess up until maybe about 2 months ago, it was kind of like he had the attitude of like, whatever, right? And I never harped on him. I never said anything to him. Never criticized him for still going to the United States. It's just what he does. So what actually happened a couple of weeks ago is he usually goes down to Washington State for events, and whether it's for work or personal events or whatever else. And luckily it wasn't him, but he informed my group chat that, hey, one of my friends that was supposed, went for an event, and I was supposed to go with them, but the whole car was detained for 3.5 hours. And we're all Canadian. They don't have records, and there was really nothing, no reason really to hold them except for one person in the car. It was a person of color. So that, at least for my friend, okay, I think I'm at the end. I'm gonna turn around now. At least for my friend, that was a bit of a wake-up call for him, right? Because my friend, he's not white, and it kind of worried him. And it went into a little bit of a chat in our group. It's like, hey, how long has this stuff been going on? The detainment and stuff. And I have to warn you guys. I mean, it is kind of for some people that are just unplugged and don't know anything about it. They don't know about the detainments. They don't know about people being detained at the airport or the borders or ICE or anything. They're just disconnected. They don't pay attention like us. And unfortunately, that was my friend. I didn't ream him out or anything. I didn't say you're an idiot. This stuff's been going on forever. I just kind of said, yeah, this stuff has been going on for a while. Glad you finally found out about it. And yeah, I'm gonna try to cross the road. What? There's a stop sign here. Okay, I'm gonna try to cross. Wish me luck. Thank you. So yeah, no, what I was saying is that, shit, what was I saying? Sorry about this, everyone. What was I talking? Oh yeah. So, my friend was asking all these questions about hey, how long has this stuff been going on? Like the detainments and arrests and things like that. And I was like, it's been going on for since Taco Tuesday got into the office. And my other friends are, they're more aware, but we were kind of educating them and just telling them, yeah, it's something that people are worried about, and that's why the border crossings are down, and a whole bunch of stuff. So the point of my story is that sometimes people do change, and my friend, I wasn't going to tell him in the beginning of last year or April of last year when he was still going on a regular basis that, hey, you shouldn't go anymore because all of this is happening. Unfortunately, he had to kind of witness it for himself. Now, thankfully, he wasn't in the carload, or the car with him, and he didn't get tamed. But I think that was enough to kind of spook him, to kind of wake up. So, I guess the point of my story is that, yeah, you can't really force anybody not to go to the United States, and you can't force anybody to boycott. You can't force anybody to, I guess I just said it. You can't force anybody to boycott. Everyone has to kind of go through it themselves. And I'm just letting everybody know that there are times when people, that's kind of cool. A lot of clothing and fabrics stores around here. But what I was saying is that there's going to be a time and place for everybody. And unfortunately, some people, yeah, they might have to get harassed or detained or bullied at the border before they say, okay, I'm done. So to the person that sent me the email, how do I convince my so-and-so to start boycotting? Unfortunately, my answer is you can't. At least that's what I feel. I don't feel like I should be telling anybody what to do with their life. And I don't want to, you know what, the food looks really good. Sorry, sidetrack. Yeah, you can't tell anybody what to do. Sometimes they have to find out for themselves, and sometimes they have to find out the hard way. Another story I have is one of my coworkers, the one that actually knows about my channel, has a cousin, and the cousin might actually be listening to this right now. And I'm going to tell the story. I'm not going to say any names or anything, but the cousin was supposed to go to the US for a golf trip, and if I remember correctly, he was denied at the border. And after that, it was like, okay, yeah, I'm done with the United States. So, yeah, I think everybody has their own threshold, I guess. At least for me, my threshold was done when Taco Tuesday started threatening our country. But, you know, like I said, sometimes maybe others have different thresholds, or they have to go through the pain on their own. So yeah, hopefully this answers the question for the viewer that sent me an email. And unfortunately, I wish I had a better answer for you. But if anybody in the comments below has a better idea, I mean, how can we continue to convince Canadians or even international viewers that, you know, it's not safe to go to the United States. But it's not only just not safe, it's also principles. I mean, who really wants to support a country that is threatening your own? I don't understand that. But not even just like threatening us, but like openly mocking and calling us a 51st state and things like that. So, but yeah, let me know in the comments below. I don't know what else to really say on this topic because, you know, I'm not going to control anybody's life. But if you have any stories of your own and you want to share it, of maybe somebody in your family or your friends or someone within your inner circle that all of a sudden switched gears and said, no, I'm done with the United States. If you have any stories, send them over to me. And if it's okay with you, I'll definitely read it out and share it with the community. Hey, there's the second largest tower in the world in the background there. If you can see it, you should be able to see it. It's got that big point on the top of it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Now, yeah, I just want to give a bit of an update. I mean, I actually kind of want a bit of a poll too, because especially with what's going on my channel right now, obviously this video is not monetized anymore, neither of any of them. And I set up my Substack. I got almost 3,200 subscribers in like 48 hours, which is awesome. And just to make a note, I mean, not everybody is paying, which is fine. I'm not asking anybody here to, right? It's only if you really want to. But I set up the Substack really to just be a redundancy in case my channel does disappear. So if you're listening right now and you haven't subscribed to my Substack, you know, maybe set up a free account. It's free, and you can just click on the subscribe button, and you don't have to pay anything. You only have to pay if you want to. If you want to help support my channel and make sure that it keeps going. But like I said, it's really for redundancy. And one other redundancy I've been thinking about is I've seen a lot of people in the comments tell me to set up a Patreon account. Now, I have a Patreon account set up, but I happen to use it for. I don't really know what it is, but it looks really similar to what Substack is, where I can create articles and post my videos if I need to. For me, it kind of sounds a little bit redundant, but one of our viewers actually told me is that, you know, just post on both places, and that way, if you have viewers that only use Patreon, they can support you there. So I'm gonna probably set it up. I mean, I'd like to see if there's anybody in the community that does use Patreon, and if you do, if you do, let me know. And I'm posting up regular articles now. I think what I'm going to be doing is anytime I post a video, I'll just post up a follow-up article. Really learning that my article skills my writing skills really suck. And you know, it's a little different than writing a proposal technical proposal or an incident report. So yeah, I need a little bit of work, but I appreciate. There was somebody in the comments, I can't remember his name right now, but was giving me a little bit of tips on my writing. So I really appreciate it, and I take the feedback from anybody. So but yeah, I actually just want to know if anybody does use Patreon or not, and if you do, I'll set up an account there as well, and just kind of duplicate the work that I'm doing on Substack onto Patreon. At least this way, if the viewers only use Patreon, then they still have a way to get a hold of me. But like I said, I'm really doing a lot of this just for redundancy, because it does worry me that in case my channel does disappear, then if it disappears, then I don't want the GTO community to be gone as well. So definitely check out my Substack, and I appreciate everybody that has contributed to my Buy Me a Coffee. It's definitely helped out, and a lot less. It's helped me be a lot less stressed right now. But obviously, I would love for it to be my channel to be monetized, and I'd rather be taking money from the billionaires than my viewers. It's just it makes me feel a little bit guilty. But at least if I'm taking money from the billionaires, I can. Nobody else has to support me, right? So yeah, let me know in the comments if anybody actually uses Patreon, because I've seen a couple people in there. Most likely, I'll get it all set up, ready to go, and then I'll announce it to everybody that the Patreon account is live. All right, I think that's it. So I will talk to you guys in the next video.
On your plate, you're welcome across the border, but we'll never be